G'day. Thank you so much for playing. My ambition is to help teenagers become property investors, owners. I myself, when I was when I was younger than 14, I used to find it hard to make friends. I used to go home at lunchtime because I was too scared to meet people. And then when I was 14, I got a mentor. I learned about goal setting. I became really ambitious with property. I started making money. Started up a gardening business, making my own money when I was 14. And then when I forget my age, like 21 maybe, 22, I bought my first property with 100% finance and made over $100,000. Well, I made $100,000 within 3 months. And I started share trading. I learned a valuable lesson then because I was over leveraged, which was just as well because nearly about 10 years ago, with the last GFC, a lot of my friends that were over leveraged with their property portfolios lost everything. And so I travel the world now. I started because of the GFC, I started offering my services to people with distressed assets. And I brought a pine forest for $1. And I also made over 6 figures with that. And that was about 12 hours work. Harvested it, sent it to China and Korea. Now I am in South America. I've been here for the last 6 months. And my friend asked me a little bit about what my recommendations of South America yesterday. He said he was going to Mexico and wanted to travel down, but it's actually more expensive for me to fly to Mexico from Rio or Buenos Aires than to fly pretty much anywhere else in the world. I fly back to New Zealand for like the same price, fly to Europe for like half the price of flying to Mexico. And I heard from Cancun down, there's a massive algae bloom, so you can't even go in the ocean. Like global warming, eh? You know? It's pretty bad. But And I recommend Rio de Janeiro. Is like the hiking there is really good. The hotels are really cheap there, so you can get a really good value hotel and go hiking. Like doesn't cost much, it's cheaper than Airbnb. Whereas in Buenos Aires, an Airbnb seems to be cheaper than a hotel. There's like nothing to do here really, unless you're into like theatre or eating steak, because the steak's better here than Brazil. But the food is kind of better in Brazil because there's more eateries everywhere. Like, there's little like rat hole places where people are drinking. Like it's so much more of a party, so much more of a collaborative kind of consumption happening there. Whereas Buenos Aires seems to have a bit more like culture, a bit more art. But, it's cold. Not as many parties that's happening as like in Brazil. But I am in Buenos Aires at the moment. And I kind of like the people a bit better. So I'm going to show you my new apartment. Yeah, because I'm like traveling the world all the time. Well, at the moment, Buenos, South America. So I kind of think my main content is showing people my apartments that I move into like every week or every couple of, 3 days every month. 3 weeks every month. Because I don't like traveling, like moving every 3 days, it's too stressful. I like just to like chill out and relax. But I'll show you around. And yeah, I mean, I just make all my money from a house. I just rent one big house, and I rent out all the rooms. So I furnish it, rent out all the rooms. I've been doing that for like 15 years, like living rent free, and now with Airbnb, I make so much money off it that I can travel the world. Yeah, so I like this apartment. Like these cities are massive cities. Nothing I'd like ever seen before. So the trick here is to get an apartment that is not facing the road, like facing the inside of the block, and then it's super quiet, See, like this is where mine is facing, it's just facing other apartment blocks. So it's super quiet. Did I show the bathroom? No, I didn't. But yeah, this is pretty standard. It's like this, bathtub. And like a little thing that I never use that, But yeah, so all good. Super affordable, like I rent this apartment, which is real comfy because it's got like a couch, a separate room, like a hotel room. It's a studio. It's all in the same thing, which is kind of hard to deal with. Like you get over it. You're in the same room, stuck in the same room all the time. So it's not so fun to deal with. But yeah, I'll show you the roof. Maybe take you out on the street. You just smash it. How the hell do I do this? So yeah, I gave you kind of my travel tips a little. What else can I do? Oh, and the big thing that I kind of learned since being here, so there's only 2 apartments on the level. You don't want to go into a building where there's more than 8 apartments per level, because then like you don't know who your neighbours are or whatever. Like your neighbours are kind of, like you can get apartment blocks here where there's like 200 flats per level. And those places are kind of more, social housing kind of thing. Well, you just don't know if the people you meet in the hallway can be undesirable, like prostitutes or drug dealers, mainly in Copacabana kind of thing, Yeah, somebody's done their washing over there. Go down this little skinny aisle, and got a bit of sunshine. So yeah, this is nice. Got a nice bit of a view. I think is that, yeah, just over there. You can see the Tigre River, maybe. So yeah, this is the concrete jungle, which is interesting. It's got its stuff about it. Yeah, thank you so much for still watching. Like, I really appreciate your time. Please comment. Let me know what you'd like me to do a video on. I'm going to do a video on my most crazy experience soon, which was Burning Man. And then I guess secondly was Carnival in Rio de Janeiro. So yeah, I guess that's segueing back to what I was talking about before, like my recommendations for South America is, yeah man, Carnival, Brazil, like that's just crazy. it's kind of a better level, honestly, really, than Burning Man too, because Burning Man's kind of like peacocks, like whatever, you know, it's actually kind of pretentious. Whereas like Brazil, you know, like it's, and for me, like I'm a gringo, so it's pretty interesting. But yeah, it'd be more, Burning Man was like, you know, a rich man's party, rich white man's party. But the coolest thing that I did there was, wow, a lot of cool things. Yeah, once I got a free plane ride around Burning Man. That was crazy. And I went to one of the coolest parties with like all these circus performers everywhere. It was amazing. It was so dope. But yeah, I just watched that Elon Musk video just the other day with Joe Rogan, and man, Teslas seem amazing. Like supposedly they can do like a dance to like some orchestra music or something. It just trips me out, eh? He's saying like Teslas can do so much stuff. People just don't know, because he doesn't, you know, they don't tell people. They just use it, but he's saying like Teslas can actually do heaps of stuff, and people have just got no idea because they don't ask. Got so much respect for Elon Musk now, after watching that 2.5-hour interview with him. You know, full on like Elon Musk for president, man. His concern with AI is really concerning too. Like he really went out of his way to tell people that they should be regulating it. Check out this dope little, oh look dope, I can just switch over like that. Cool, huh? And zoom in. I didn't know I could do that with YouTube. But dope, I can. So yeah, it's looking pretty beautiful. So yeah, that Elon Musk and Tesla thing, that was super interesting, eh? He's wearing like this Occupy Mars, and you know, he's, oh look at that, that's super cute, old school. Yeah, this is a nice neighborhood, Palermo. It's like most of the shop owners speak English here and stuff, or the attendants, and yeah, it's more arty, kind of seems more safe. Thing about Buenos Aires over, you know, like Brazil's got all these bars everywhere, people drinking on the streets, all these parties. And Buenos Aires has like veggie shops, 2 veggie shops every block, and like a sick butcher. Just not this area particularly, because it's, oh no, over there. Yeah, there's a butcher over there. And ice cream shops, like 1 in the morning you can get ice cream delivered, the most amazing ice cream delivered. You know, if you like ice cream and steak, Buenos Aires is where it's at. And these like empanadas, those things are pretty good. I bet you somebody's gonna make a comment about like, dude, you shouldn't be like walking around with your cell phone out in this place, you know? Because somebody's gonna come along with a motorbike or a bicycle and snatch it. But yeah, you know, I've been here for a long time. Nothing like that's happened, you know, kind of got my wits about me. I'm a pretty big dude, which I think helps. But Brazil, I was actually kind of scared to go to Brazil before I went, because people are telling me it's like the most dangerous place in the world. And it is more dangerous than here, but everywhere's dangerous. And mainly people are saying like the favelas, because the favelas is like the slums, which are real beautiful. But just shacks, you know, they used to be made out of wood and tin, now they're made out of concrete and brick, so a bit better structure to them. But yeah, they're all run by gangs, you know, so when you hear fireworks go off, that's when the drugs are delivered. They've all, like, you know, there's kids with like handguns just tucked in their shirts, like down there, and like teenagers walking around with brand new AK-47s and stuff, M16s that are like brand new, so way better than the police's gear. You know, I even heard one that had anti-aircraft missiles. But yeah, at the supermarket. Oh, no, I'm not going to the supermarket, I'm going to the bank. But yeah, this bank supposedly $5 to withdraw cash out from a link bank instead of the other bank, which is the most common. It cost me $10. But yeah, ciao.